increase the Brexit reserve from 5 to 6 billion euros, support the fisheries according to their regional importance, more flexibility in state aid, and the involvement of local and regional representatives in the design and management of the new instrument. These are the main demands in the opinion of Loïc Chesnay-Girard from the French PES and the president of the Brittany region, which was adopted at the plenary session of the European Committee of the Regions, the COR. The European Commission has proposed creating a 5 billion euro Brexit adjustment reserve to help businesses, regions and groups hardest hit by the UK's exit from the EU. Germany is to receive a sum of approximately 455 million euros this year through the Brexit adjustment reserve and is therefore one of the countries that will benefit most from the reserve. In an opinion adopted by the plenary, the COR welcomes the creation of the reserve as a tangible expression of intra-European solidarity that will contribute to economic, social and territorial cohesion. However, the committee calls for local and regional authorities to be placed at the center of this new financial instrument, as the effects of Brexit vary widely from region to region. In order to better meet short and medium-term needs and to preserve cohesion as a fundamental European value, the COR opinion made a number of proposals. Increase in the total budget of the reserve from 5 billion euros to 6 billion euros in order to better respond to short and medium-term needs, and increase the appropriations earmarked for fisheries to 1 billion euros and exclude them from state aid rules. And modification of the allocation criteria for fisheries. Actual losses should be used, but not the proportionate loss compared to the total fishing industry of a member state. Irrespective of the size of the member state, this would facilitate a fairer distribution of the financial resources among the European regions concerned. And more flexibility in state aid so that a quick response can be made in favor of the most affected economic operators. The temporary regulations for COVID-19 must be extended to the immediate effects of Brexit. Another one is measures to mitigate the failures caused by the UK's withdrawal from the Erasmus Plus program should be eligible for funding from the Brexit reserve. Marc Speich from Germany from the EPP, State Secretary for Federal and European Affairs and International Affairs for the state of North Rhine-Westphalia, said, "The Brexit Adjustment Reserve is an urgently needed instrument to cushion the damage for the companies that are severely affected by Brexit. It does not work only about fishing, but about many other sectors of the economy. Given the significant impact of Brexit on many regions and sectors of the economy, rapid support is of great importance. It is important that regions are involved in the implementation of this instrument in order to make efficient use of the funds to ensure the efficient use of the funds." Rapporteur Loïc Chesnay-Girard from France from the PES, the president of the Brittany region, said, "Fortunately, most regions with close ties to the UK did not wait for the final form of the Brexit agreement last December to cushion the impact. Yes, they did until now. They felt left alone. Now the EU must quickly show that it is ready to protect its citizens and regions. I fear, however, that the 5 billion euros made available by Europe will not be enough. This reserve must be enough to be used specifically regionally in order to be really effective. The regional reorientation is very important because it's not just about repairing the damage that Brexit has caused, but also about the changeover and new opportunities, especially professional and educational ones, and you have to shape them. Loïc Chesnay-Girard is also the chair of the COR UK contact group, which was set up in 2020 to ensure that the political dialogue between the two sides of the channel does not deteriorate. Antje Groother from the SPE in Germany, vice president of the Bremen Citizenship, said, "Before Brexit, the United Kingdom was Bremen's third largest trading partner, and hundreds of companies had close business relations with companies there. The fact that this trade is now subject to significant bureaucratic hurdles This is a real challenge, especially for our small and medium-sized enterprises. Significant adjustments are needed to avoid excessive loss of income and negative effects on employment. This is best done locally. The regional dimension of the Brexit Adjustment Reserve must therefore come from the European legislators and to be strengthened to ensure that the regions are closely involved in the planning and implementation of the use of funds. Member of the European Parliament Pascal Arimont from the EPP in Belgium said, and by the way, he's rapporteur for the Brexit Adjustment Reserve and also took part in the debate of the plenary session, and he emphasized, we must ensure that EU aid is given to the countries and regions most affected by Brexit European companies, and especially SMEs already suffering from the COVID crisis shouldn't have to pay twice for the Brexit debacle. That is why this reserve is so important and must be adopted immediately so that it can be opened as soon as possible and can be distributed. Following the agreement reached by the European Council in July 2020, the European Commission presented its proposal for a reserve for the adjustment to Brexit of 5 billion euros in January 2021. The financial instrument is to be made available in 2 allocation rounds in 2021 with the first 4 billion and in 2024 with another billion. The CUR proposes increasing the second tranche from 1 billion to 2 billion. According to the Commission's proposal, Belgium, Denmark, Germany, Ireland, France and the Netherlands would be the main beneficiaries of the reserve. Taken together, these 6 member states would receive almost 3 of the 4 billion euros and pre-financing made available in 2021. In February 2020, the European Committee of the Regions decided to set up a contact group to maintain relations between the representatives of local and regional authorities in the EU and to the decentralized administrations of the UK, thereby continuing the political dialogue after the UK left the EU. The CUR UK contact group is chaired by Louis Chesnay-Girard. As I said, he's from France. The CUR delegation consists of 12 members and 1 observer, chosen on the basis of political, geographical and gender balance. The UK representatives in the contact group are selected on the basis of agreements between local and regional authorities and the UK's decentralised parliaments, assemblies and governments. And given the South African and Brazilian variants of the coronavirus that are rampant in France, Britain could put the country on its red list, according to Prime Minister Boris Johnson. The question must be examined, said Johnson on Wednesday, in response to a question from members of parliament. However, this could lead to problems with the movement of goods across the English Channel. And we had that before. Travelers coming from countries on the red list are not allowed to enter the UK unless they are British or Irish citizens or resident there. We cannot rule out taking tougher measures, said Johnson. We will do that when it's necessary, he said. The French government decided on Wednesday to extend the regional lockdowns. In total, the stricter corona requirements now affect 19 administrative districts with more than 23 million people. The South African and Brazilian corona mutants, which are widespread in France and pose an increased risk of infection, are of particular concern. And at the moment here in Germany, we are dealing with the so-called British variant. At the moment, most of the cases now are of that variant and not the original virus. And not looking for the prospect of having South Africa or Brazil here, so to speak. But we will see how that will continue. And if you want to stay informed, please subscribe to my channel. Auf Wiedersehen.